Welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor Mohinder Chand, Department of Tourism and Hotel Management, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. Dear friends, today we will discuss on the subject Tourism and Hospitality, paper, travel agency and tour operations, itinerary preparation and tour designing. Module 10, setting up of a travel agency and tour operation. Let us discuss the learning objectives. After completing this module, students will be able to understand the concept of travel agency and tour operation business. Second, know the procedure involved in setting up of a travel agency and tour operation business. Let us discuss the introduction. The term travel agency and tour operator has been defined differently by different authors and scholars in the academic as well as industry perspective. The term travel agency and tour operator originated in 1844 when Thomas Cook started first travel agency. However, it is relatively a new term and concept used in economic environment. Over the period, due to its increasing relevance in economic domain at global level, it has become the buzzword in the tourism management literature. With advancement in information technology, globalization, social structure, changes in industrial structure, deregulation of airlines and privatization, etc., travel agency and tour operators activity has increased around the globe. Today, travel agency and tour operator has become recognized as an important source of socio-economic growth at regional level, international level, and generating different type of foreign currency, preservation of national heritage. In fact, travel agency and tour operator create huge employment opportunities and play a pivotal role in the development of country's economy. Travel agency and tour operation entrepreneurship is generally said to be the practice of starting new venture in response to perceived opportunities in the tourism industry. It helps in the establishment of small-scale business, which results into large organization capable of creating numerous job opportunities. It has been identified as one of the major trends shaping business in any economy or society. In recent times, travel agency and tour operation has received a lot of attention from academicians, writers, media and general public. The achievements and contribution of a travel agency and tour operator as entrepreneur has been acknowledged by society, and Government of India has honored and awarded for their services like Thomas Cook, Cox and Kings, SOT, etc. In the previous modules, you have learned about the meaning, concept and functions of travel agency and tour operation business. It is clear that a travel agency works as retailer as well as wholesaler. In fact, due to the structure of tourism industry, a travel agency or tour operator performs multiple functions. It has to deal with various sectors or subsectors of tourism and hospitality industry. This module emphasizes to develop an entrepreneurship among the students and helps them to start their own venture in the tourism industry. Moreover, in this module, an attempt has been made to appraise you about the setting up of a travel agency and tour operation business in India. Let us start with setting up of a travel agency and tour operation. Travel agency and tour operation are perhaps the most visible or viable sole proprietorship, partnership and companies in travel trade. Their primary businesses is to resell accommodation, transportation, services including airplane, train ticket, car, bus transfer, individual services including guide, translator services, package services, sightseeing tours. These companies also focus on both inbound and outbound tourism by capturing both international and domestic markets. Travel agencies and tour operators generally serve as a mix of long and short haul market Although some specialized in long haul markets, the majority of travel agencies and tour operators seek to appeal to a large domestic market, so they focus mainly on products and services with a mass market appeal, such as beach and ski holidays, cruises, package tours to well-known and popular destinations. A small number may have a focus on specialty travel and will offer products and services that cater to special markets. For example, would be agencies that specialize in customer travel arrangement, outdoor sports, or adventure holidays. Most agencies that focus on outbound travel resell the products of both outbound and inbound operators, but they can also find product to retail from other travel resellers or from travel portals. Most travel agencies, tour operators offer ticketing services for international travel and can assist their customers with obtaining information on travel requirements such as visa, vaccinations, as well as the obtaining travel insurance. Let us discuss the procedure involved in setting up of a travel agency and tour operation. According to World Bank's Doing Business 2016 report, India is marketing a significant improvement and has been ranked at the 130th position among 189 economies. India made starting a business easier by eliminating the minimum capital requirements and the need to obtain a certificate to commence business operation. India has a rich history of entrepreneurship dating back to the Marwaris merchants who controlled much of the country's indigenous trading, commercial and banking activities in 19th century. The Marwaris people trusted each other, what conducted business with a heavily guarded and serious manners. Today's Indian entrepreneurs do not necessarily come from a long line of businessmen, although their drive and self-sufficiency may helpful to establish the business and survive in the economy. Their entrepreneurship separate and also comes from the strong education and a distinct field of working, especially when they can working for themselves. Now, entrepreneurs had not to seek startup opportunities abroad, but starting a business in India is just a Bible of a reality as doing so in European and developed countries. Moreover, investors are willing to take risk on new ventures because of India's flourishing economy market. Therefore, startup companies no longer have to turn to traditional financial institutions for the capital, like in some other markets. Technology and internet-based companies are the most popular type of startup. What a range of the tourism and hospitality companies have also sprung for across India in recent years, paving the way for entrepreneurs of various backgrounds to connect with investors from around the world. Interestingly, tour operation industry has become a lucrative business area for many new and old entrepreneurs. In fact, establishment or to start a new travel agency depends on various factors or ongoing decision. But before it, we have one more thing to understand, that is to start new travel agency or to purchase the business of existing one. Thus, it is very crucial decision to enter into the travel industry. One must be more careful, more competent so that he can compete the volatile tourism marketplace. From the above discussion, it is clear that before setting up a travel agency or tour operator business, one must aware about the functioning activities and the product services of these organizations. Moreover, before entering into travel business, one must consider following steps. First of all, industry overview. In tourism industry, many of the underdeveloping countries have a comparative advantage over developed countries as they have wealth of natural and cultural tourism resources. Most of the population dependent on tourism industry because it generates employment opportunities and income for local communities in one hand, and on the other side, it contributes to the conservation of natural and cultural heritage. We need to understand current position and future prospect of tourism industry. How many enterprises are entering tour operation and travel agency business and what are their strengths and weaknesses. This will provide you an idea starting tourism enterprises and developing linkages between formal tourism sectors, businesses. Further, the level of competition in the travel agency tour operation line depend largely on the location of the business and of course the niche of your travel agency. If you can successfully create a unique brand identity for your travel agency or carve out of unique market, you are likely going to experience less competition. Interesting statistics about the travel agency. First of all, list the niche ideas within the travel industry business that you can be specialized in areas such as destination, ground operator, domestic company and so forth. These are the some of the basic niches idea within the travel agency and tour operation that an entrepreneur who is looking towards starting a travel agency can specialize in as independent travel agency, tour operator, in-one tour operator, destination company and any other. Next point, business names and structure. Once you have created a memorable business name, you must register that name in your community. Each country has specific guidelines and timelines for registering. The name should not be infringed upon the name of any others. You must first make sure the name is not to be in use. It should not infringe nor of the existing travel agency. Some countries have online system. You can check that system and decide the name. Typically, the next step is to file a form and pay fees. You may also be required to publish the name in a local newspaper by taking out an ad for a specific number of days or weeks. Another consideration is your business structure. Whether it is small, medium, large one, just consult a tax accountant and any other person when deciding on options such as remaining a sole proprietor or forming a corporation or limited liability company. Next point, financing your travel agency or tour operation. Financing is necessary at every stage of a business life cycle. It is required to help owners set up and expand their operation and to develop new products. India has a well-developed financial system comprising banks, financial institutions, non-banking financial institutions and also venture capital companies. All these institutions cater to the diverse financial needs of the startups as well as existing businesses. Various schemes are being implemented by various banks and financial institutions to cater to the financing needs of the micro, small and medium-sized business, especially tourism and hotel related. Further, starting a travel agency business can be cost effective, particularly if you choose to run the business from your home. Share office space with a friend or make use of the virtual office. Securing a standard office is a part of what will consume a large chunk of funds. Startup capital, if you are choosing to start business on a small scale, you may not have the need to go source for funds to finance the business. Next, work culture and environment. You make the decision, you decide who is work with and decide what work is to do. There may be examples where you do not agree with the corporate culture of a firm or how they conduct business. Here you can get different type of choices that go for the different type of cultures, adopt a corporate culture and you can start your own things. They are known as to have a corporate culture which is for different to the prevailing corporate culture. By starting their own company, the founders had a chance to infuse culture and business practices they believe in, and you must adopt the different type of ethics. Choosing the location. Choosing the location for a travel agency to our operational business is a typical task. Choosing a business location will be your own decision. You may choose to operate close to your market or you may choose to operate close to home. The decision is entirely yours. However, when you operate your travel agency business from your home, does not mean that location has little influence on the success of the type. If you have taken your time to study the travels and tourism industry, you will realize that travel agencies are always located around the airports and business districts or business hub points. Next, develop a business plan. The next step before starting out is to thoroughly plan out the business scheme. Have a clear picture in mind of what you want your business to do like and what exactly you want to provide your customers. A thorough business plan also helps in securing funding from investors if you need additional capital to kickstart your business. Moreover, business plan will be blueprint of your present and future activities as well as a product line. Next point, check local and state laws. The first step to be taken before starting any business is to check with the state and local laws. Your business should employ based on the local laws. Depending on where you live, you may have to file paperwork to get your business registered. A travel agency business is also governed by different laws, and you need to understand these laws related to startup, operation, consumer, management, employees and society, etc. Next, identify target market. Identifying the target market of your travel startup will surely streamline all your business processes. Put some online research to figure out what demography is more likely to be interested in the service you are providing and plan accordingly to target them. When looking at a market, consider what inefficiencies are present in the market. Do you have an idea on how to correct these inefficiencies? Next, product innovation. You do not necessarily have to have a new product or services. You can be innovative and improve a product, a service or business process. Purchasing processes in some products categorize the different type of skills, knowledge for this. Think how you can improve and provide a superior alternative to our package to your clients. For example, look at how the search engine market developed. There were millions of websites on the internet, and it was often very hard for customers to find what they are looking for. Then build the different type of websites. When you start up different sites, identify the information and then make sure that you are hiring correct type of services for the development of the business. The prominent company is well aware of all these constraints of startup. Then projected cash flow. At the startup stage, cash flow considerations are just as important as any other business function. If you run out of cash despite holding inventory or other assets, your business will risk failure. Consider all your possible financial obligations, which might include insurance premium, business registration, and various taxes also. Consider your projected income. Do not forget to consider various recurring costs. Cash flow information is a critical component of any business plan, which also helps you to figure out whether your travel startup will be viable or not. Then, professional certification. Need to start a travel agency to our operation. Professional certification is one of the main reasons why some travel agencies to our operators stand out. If you want to make impact as in the travel and tourism industry as a travel agency, then you should work towards acquiring all the needed certificates in your area of specialization as it relates to the industry. You are strongly encouraged to pursue professional certification. It will go a long way to show your commitment towards the business, although certifications are not mandatory. However, it will increase your professional credential. If you intend to work for a travel agency, then form may be required that you hold a certificate. However, the professional certification will enhance your credential in the tourism marketplace. Most of the certification is done by ITA, UNWTO, and many other professional agencies. Develop technical and manpower resources. Manpower resources are the core component of total resources of a travel agency. In fact, human resources make the difference between companies. Thus, hiring right kind and right type of people should be the main strategy. Generally, travel agency and tour operators are evolving, and they have developed a very strong internet presence of their own, which is why you will find hosts of travels and tours websites, top websites, and different type of software they apply. Easier for them to conduct their business. There are hardly any travel agency and tour operators that do not make use of major computer reservation systems, just CDS, GDS, and use of software application, CRS, Galileo, and so on. Next, institutional support. Just prepare the list of the institution, regulatory bodies to be maintain linkages or tie, requirement of the license, permits, and others. The services you are using, educational institution services you are using, for the human resources, guides you are using, financial institutions are providing you capital investment for this. So, most of the strategy must be related with these. Promotional programs to inform target market about Indian tourism product also be launched. Next point, legal documents required to run a travel agency and tour operation business. These are some of the basic legal documents that you are expected to have in place if you want to run your own travel agency and tour operation business in India, like certificate of commencement or incorporation of business, certificate of commencement of business, maybe business license, business plan, online privacy policy. The travel agency should be approved by International Air Transport Association (ITA), or should be General Sales Agent (GSA), Passenger Sales Agent (PSA) of an ITA member airlines. The minimum office space should be at least 150 square feet for rest of India and 100 square feet for the hilly areas which are above 1000 meters from sea level. Thus, the above steps, size, scale, marker, legal requirement, finance, location, competition are crucial for planning to set up a travel agency and tour operator. Beside these steps, one more crucial step is the approval obtained from the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. This approval helps the travel agency and tour operator to avail various financial and non-financial incentives from the government. Let us discuss a summary. In this module, we have attempted to give you an idea about the setting up of a travel agency and tour operation business as an entrepreneurs. There are ample opportunities for those who are planning to enter this vital sector of the tourism industry. Even many of you have huge opportunities right in your own location if your area is a tourist destination. In this lesson, you must understand about the procedure for the approval of travel agency and tour operator from the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, International Air Transportation Association. Thank you very much for watching EPG Pathshala.